And for the Pledge of Allegiance, call the meeting to order.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, hold on just a second, I'm having a technical difficulty here.
Okay.
This meeting. It's on. We're supposed to have someone join us on. You might see it pop up.
Are we all set?
Yeah, the meeting's running, so.
Alrighty. We'll start with the appointment of the fire wardens. So currently, the town charter reads as, for the prevention and control of fires, the town of Richford may function with a volunteer fire department. Annually, the select board shall appoint, based on the recommendations of the fire association, 3 fire wardens. These appointments shall be made within 30 days of the select board receiving the association's recommendations. Annually, the wardens shall choose the chief and other officers of the volunteer fire department. This was one of our suggested changes to the town charter that didn't pass. Part of the reason we wanted it was because it doesn't make sense to us as written. However, in trying to make it make more sense, we saw last year signed a memorandum of understanding with the fire association. However, given the vote, we are not renewing the memorandum of understanding, and we are going to go with just approving the fire wardens.
Appointing.
And you got an email to that effect?
Yep, I got an email from the fire association. They met on March 11th to nominate 3 fire wardens for the year 2025 to 2026. The following nominations are Andrew Pond, Shelby Paquette, and Colby Tanner.
Do you have any discussion on those recommendations? I'll make a motion, we approve those 3 as fire wardens.
I'll second it. I will second it.
Yep. Andy abstains, understandably.
Yep.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alrighty. Next on our agenda, Noah Lemos.
Okay. We just recently moved to the Gilmet Road, and there's a nasty farm up the road, and we're just seeing if there's anything we could legally do about it.
This is primarily a zoning thing, so I think, I'm sure you've spoken with John and you understand some of the, so maybe John, you can speak to where things are at.
Well, I spoke to our attorney last Thursday on another case, but I brought this up, and I'm going to see her. I have to go to court on Thursday with her for another case, and I'll bring it up again. And her suggestion that we'll have to file contempt of court charges, that she hasn't followed the agreement that we signed a couple years ago. And what I would suggest for you folks is to keep a diary of everything you see that she's doing, that, causing you problems.
Well,
So we
just
have some record of it.
You're not even
Because
there
the
in
courts
summer
are
yet.
awful fussy, what they'll, look at.
There was one thing I thought, Blue Seal is giving them rotten meat and stuff. Is there any way the town could give them a letter to stop? Cause they're taking the food and hoarding it on their thing and it's rotting. That's the biggest stench, is from Blue Seal.
Yeah, we don't think it's actually the animals itself. It's all of the waste and trash that
From Blue
she's
Seal. So
collecting.
they're getting rid of their garbage for free, but these people are hoarding it on their property, which you guys don't like.
Do you have,
I'm not commenting on that at all.
I mean, so we need to speak to Blue Seal about it?
You can talk about it, I don't believe that's exactly.
So there's
He has-
big blue barrels and stuff that they are
Rolling
bringing in
over on his truck.
that he's
It's
definitely
falling out of his truck, and that's where he gets it. And that's a fact.
I'll reach out. Yeah, I'll reach out to Blue Seal. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other places that aren't in town that she's getting
But
stuff.
that's their main source. a food for all those animals, and they just let it sit there and rot.
Can you also, is the former court order, that's public record, right?
Yes.
You could share that with them, if you haven't seen it. It stipulates that she can, what was it? Only have 2 animal units, is that?
Yeah, something
I don't know,
like-
but
yeah,
basically
I
an
know,
animal unit is
okay.
1,000 pounds worth of animal, so 2 of those. So, I mean, as you, if you wanna take in stock of what she has and report that in your diary, anything you can do to help yourself.
Okay.
I think clearly just in passing by, she is over that all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
take
this pro-
pictures.
Okay.
I mean, basically, I mean, we feel your pain, it's been a long running battle,
But I think a thing we could do in the meantime is give Blue Seal a letter or something and be like, can you stop giving her your garbage? Maybe.
well,
Yeah,
we can ask and we can investigate as, if that's actually
where
the,
she's
It's
getting it from.
happening, it's happening.
I think there's other places that she is, but they're outside of Richford, but maybe if we could stop her food source. I think even if she just grained them with regular grain, it wouldn't be as bad, but it's just piles and piles and piles of rotting food that's out there.
And
with
is
the
that even
game-
legal for them to get it from Blue Seal, like rotten food like that?
I can't speak to,
How do you know it's coming from Blue Seal though?
You can follow them right in the trailer with these big blue bins.
And they're coming from Blue Seal, that's where they're getting it.
Does Blue Seal bring it down themselves, or is she
No,
having
they
it?
go.
They go and get it and bring it back in his truck and trailers.
I think she's going to the cheese plant, Enosburg too, Hannaford's, and then I know that she's also going to different butcher shops and getting like their meat scraps and that stuff's getting tossed out too. So it's just a combination of a little bit of everything from everywhere, but at this point, I mean, she's treating her property as like a disposal area for everybody else.
Well, and some people would consider that composting.
Yeah, which is gross. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But on that mass
Yeah, but
scale,
if
there
you were
must
living
be.
here, you wouldn't call it
I'm
composting.
not saying
Yeah, well,
in any
that's-
way,
that's-
I'm just saying.
That's an
there's-
invalid idea. That if
Well,
it's-
it's not necessarily invalid because there are.
She's probably not
mandates.
storing food properly, is what it is for her
Right.
Yeah.
animals.
Right.
So it's getting
storing
wet,
rotten
it's
food on her
getting
property.
out in the heat, the sun, the moisture. That's
Yeah,
the
I think
problem.
composting, you have to, I mean, that would be if you're taking it in from other places to.
You have to have a
Have it on
license to
top.
do that.
Yeah, she's on
Yeah,
a
and she's got like
licensed
big
composter.
cans of like dog food. That's not composting. Come on.
I'm just saying, people
Yeah,
can
yeah.
view it very differently, and
Okay.
I'm
And-
not saying I'm viewing it that way, I'm saying we get enough of these complaints and people have a difference of opinion of what they are or not doing, and I'm not saying I agree
They're in
with her.
contempt of court right now. They're
I
not
understand
composting.
that.
Okay.
I do, I'm
Alright,
just not trying to harp on the fact that she is, you know, obviously these places are giving it to her, so.
I know, and they shouldn't be probably.
Well,
They're hoarding
I'm just saying, that
rotten
might
meat.
not,
Oh,
the long story, we feel we're sympathetic. It's been a frustrating, the court has not always been as, I don't know,
Helpful.
helpful, yes, helpful is the word, you know, as we'd like. Apparently Vermont has some pretty strong property rights for people, even at the expense of other property owners, which is, you know, disheartening. Like, it does not seem like one individual should be able to impact the properties of several surrounding in the way that this is being done. But the state,
We had agricultural
ha-
here.
yeah,
and they ruin their neighbor's spring tile. Their water's no good
yeah,
now
yeah, I
from
mean,
their composting.
but, and that's all been documented, and it's just a process, and I mean, it's an ongoing legal quagmire.
well, it's been in contempt of court, she's been in contempt of court for a couple of years. Is there a reason why nothing's been done before now? I mean, a couple of years is a long
Oh, the
time.
courts are awful slow. The case I'm going on Thursday, I think it's been going on for 3 years now, too.
But this one, since she's been in contempt, has that been brought to the court's attention?
Yeah, I brought it to the attorney, but I don't really think much has been done, but people think it's easy, but it is not.
Well, part of it is like with the lawyer, hiring a lawyer, it's the job of the complainant to stay on, you know,
Yeah.
say, okay, this has been contempt for a couple of years. I mean, if it's been contempt for a couple of years, this end that's the ball's dropped then. I mean, the courts can't do anything about it if nothing's being, pushed on it. And mentioning it to a lawyer is not, that's not like full follow through, really. I mean, if we brought, if the town spent money already on this case.
Oh, thousands and thousands
Okay,
they
but,
have
but we
spent.
have to follow
We have to
through.
push.
So, I mean, I guess at this point, you're following through on Thursday.
Yes.
And we're pushing it.
So I'm not sure I'll call Blue Seal. Beyond that, I'm not sure, like, there's much else we can do at this point. I mean,
So the lawyer will probably write a letter to the court saying that they're in contempt.
Yes, yeah. But I'm sure she's gonna want some proof probably. So if by you keeping a diary will help us give us some evidence.
I
And she
mean, I can
knows,
go right, what kind of.
because last fall, Rowena and I, who's chairman of the zone board, we went up and it was Veterans Day, cause I remember the day we went up and walked around her place. And I mean, it's so dirty and nasty. You know, we had to change clothes and take a shower and stuff when we came back. We were so filthy dirty with animals jumping on us and stuff. And one of the big things that she was supposed to revegetate the area. There's no grass, it's just all hard packed. Cause even though she has, I think, 18 acres of land, most of it's all up on the mountain. So she has very little open land. What little open is just right around the barn and the house. And it's just, hard packed everywhere, so everything just runs right off.
So was that taken when you guys went up there? Did you bring that to the lawyer?
Yes, and I sent pictures to the lawyer.
And the lawyer didn't do anything with it?
I don't think they've done anything yet now.
So what's the difference, what, if we do it, what's gonna be the difference now?
Yeah, I mean, do you think we'll have,
Well, we'll keep, on the lawyer, And the first case, when we first started, the neighbors complained and they also sued themselves.
okay,
But the town spent thousands and thousands on attorney fees the first round with her. Because at that time, she had an attorney and she fought us on every single step.
and then it was decided what
Yeah.
needed to be done for compliance, and then it wasn't done?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it sounds like, I mean, if they're not complying, then something more.
We keep pushing it, that's what we need to do.
Well, if you're paying that much in attorney fees and the attorney's taking 3 years to get stuff pushed through, it seems like that might be more of a. Are you having luck with this attorney in any other cases?
Yeah, yes.
I think the first time around it was challenging because it was in the middle of COVID also.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not to, provide any excuses, but I mean, the courts weren't functioning. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that played a huge part in the first go around. But, subsequently, as courts have caught up, there should be a better response time on it.
And there's a new environmental judge now, so this one may look at things differently.
Oh, that's good,
Yeah.
that's good.
And I think they said something about how chickens aren't looked at the same as like pigs or something, like there's like animal rights are different with the
I don't know.
animals.
I don't know.
Yeah, when I called the state of Vermont, they said that if we see like dead pigs on the road, that's one thing, but they're not gonna come out for a dead chicken. And there's a dead chicken up there every day, there's something in the road. Okay.
Like I said, John will follow up next meeting. I'll follow up with my conversation with Lucille. And then we'll see where we go from there.
Should we plan on coming to the next meeting to get updated on
I
those
guess.
conversations, or
I mean,
will you be in contact with us separately?
I mean, I can speak with John about my conversation. You can send a message after your meeting on Thursday.
Okay.
Will that work?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanna keep on this
Yep.
before things. It seems like a lot of people care and a lot of people have tried to do things and then they get frustrated and then things fall off and then it's 6 months and then we're
Yep.
right back to where we are.
Mhm.
But I am not spending the whole summer with my kids outside smelling that. That's just not gonna happen.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Approval of, we got 3 sets of minutes.
4, so I added 1 to 3/18,
Okay.
the special meeting that we had on March 18th.
So
I forgot to add it in the
we'll
original.
do them in order. So I have approval of the special select, board meeting minutes for February 20th.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All those in favor?
I think there's only
Three of us.
Three of you here, so who seconds?
I will.
Okay.
I
And
ran
then,
through and looked to see which one I was at. I'm not at the next
I
one.
know, I did the same thing.
All those in
so
favor?
Sherry,
Alright,
Sherry and
motion
Kristen.
passes. Have a motion to approve the minutes for the February 24th meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Alright, all those in favor?
Aye.
So we have two, there's two on the,
I think everybody was here for 310. There's two for 310, yes.
okay,
I'll make a motion to approve both of them.
both the meeting minutes for
Yep.
March 10th.
Yep.
Second?
Second.
Yes.
There's on the regular select board meeting, there's the portion where, we had the people come about the trash and doing that. The minutes sound as if they need to come, if they wanna go forward, that they make an application with zoning, and then they have to come back to the select board. That's not what they need to do.
And they need to just stick the, if you,
They go with zoning from here on, cause what the select board was wanting to know was whether or not, what their proposal was, and it was for the select board to say whether or not they could take people off from the trash
okay,
route and stuff, but the rest of it, doing the actual, if they go get the collection site, that's all through zoning, and if they don't like what zoning says, then they take it to environmental court, but
okay.
the select board's not,
Okay.
Can
they don't
you,
need to
Okay, I
come
guess
back.
I was a little bit confused on that part, cause I thought that they wanted you to go, they wanted them to go to the DRB, and then they were gonna come back
Yeah.
to discuss it again
Yeah.
here, but, so I guess I was just
Okay.
confused.
and are you all set to revise that?
Yeah.
Alright.
So you,
Make a motion to accept the regular scheduled meetings, with the change.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And then there's the 18th.
Have a motion to approve the minutes of the March 18th meeting.
I'll make a motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Alrighty, Marissa.
okay, so. So before the meeting, I passed out the general policies and guidelines for the fire department for everybody to look at. Since the charter did not pass, there's a section in those policies and guidelines that states that the select board will appoint the chiefs based off the recommendations of the fire association. We wanna change that to say the wardens.
In
Will be
lieu of the
appointed by the
memorandum
select
of-
board, so if everybody wants to take a look at that, and we can discuss it at the next regular board meeting and either approve or not. So on the February 18th meeting, we were in executive to discuss some contracts for
You mean the March one, yeah.
the March, sorry, did I say February?
Yeah.
Oh, March. So we discussed some contracts, purchase and sales contracts for 50 Fernard Street. We do have two offers. One is for 25, these are both cash offers, mind you. One is for 25,000 and one is for 28,000.
Any other difference between inspections or any of that
Nope,
stuff?
they're waiving their right for inspection. It'll be an as-is sale. Like the select board decided that they wanted to do. So what we would wanna do is approve one of the offers, make a motion to accept one of the offers, I should say. Contingent on, I did send these to our attorney, for her to look at. There was a few, updates that she said we should do. So in section 14, it's possession, and it's basically stating that it has to be broom cleaned, and which the select board, the town, they already approved to clean it out when we got the tenants out of there. So it's all been cleaned out, but it was advised to remove that section to kind of clear us from
Having to do anything additional.
having to do anything additional.
Okay.
So that section, the realtor said to just cross that part out, and everybody initials it. And then in section 16, it states a deed that the seller shall deliver to a purchaser at closing a Vermont warranty deed. That needs to be a quit claim deed, not a warranty deed. So I changed that in the contract for both, whichever one you decide to accept. So yeah, that's all. And what you want to accept, and then so whatever offer you accept, we have to post a proposal for the conveyance of town real estate. So we have to put a notice out there to the legal voters of Richford. Anybody wanting to say that we can't sell it for this price can submit a petition signed by 5% of the legal voters objecting to the sale, and they have to submit it to the town clerk, and they have 30 days to do this after the posting.
How much do we have into that property?
Roughly 28,000.
I'm gonna say cash sale, I would go with the 28,000.
And are we, do we,
Yeah, we're obligated to get as
Yeah,
much as
that's what I
possible.
said.
So, I'll make
To
a
go with
motion
the
to go with
highest.
the 28,000.
I'll second you.
And then contingent
Yeah.
on
You-
the
and
changes to the purchase
Contingent on
and
the
sale.
sale,
Yeah.
the changes as
Yep.
as suggested. I'll make that motion. I mean, you made it.
Yeah.
I second
All
it.
those in favor?
Aye. Slipping over there, Molly.
Yeah.
We're all confused
Yeah.
here.
You wanna pass that around then?
Yes, let me make sure it's the right one. So there's spots on the bottom that says seller's initials, and then I highlighted, so you'll see section 14, and then section 16, you'll want to initial next to those as well. And I wanted to remind everybody too about the public informational meeting for the budget vote is March 31st at 6 p.m. here at the town hall upstairs. It's posted on Facebook, our town website, around town, it's at 6. So if everyone could get the word out so we can.
I wanted to ask, I guess it would be you, Kylie. I know you said it got delayed a little bit because you had to put it in the
Make
news.
sure it went to the newspaper, so it went into the St. Albans Messenger on Friday.
Are we obligated to use the messenger, or could we have used the free press and got it done quicker?
The free press isn't actually sold in Richford anymore, so that would be a challenge. The messenger is the closest paper that we have.
Yeah,
It's so
we don't
hard
sell
because
it
there's,
anymore in the store.
it's only published, twice a week?
Once now.
Once.
Once a week.
That's what hindered this,
Yeah.
because it did come out twice a week before.
Yeah, once a week. We don't get them at the store anymore. It's crazy.
I think the state eventually needs to look at that, because it's not, I get it, 30, 40, 50, 100 years ago it made
Right.
sense, but
That's what people used for,
yeah,
yeah.
knowledge or communication or notices.
And then the vote will be on April 1st, the day after, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
which is next Monday and Tuesday.
Yes. Rowena called me this afternoon. I did find out where the decorations are. They are at the old fire station. I talked with Jason, and he's gonna have the guys move those tomorrow back to the post office
Okay.
for us, so they're in their original place.
Thank you.
And I'll talk to Thomas tomorrow when he comes in about filling the doggy bags in Main Street Park and Davis Park, now that it's hopefully we're getting rid of the snow.
Maybe.
And let me ask a question, do we need to initial beside the changes?
Yes, you need to initial beside the section 14 and
16?
16, yes,
So,
please. Cause then what I'll do is I'll send that signed contract to the realtor. And she is aware that we do need to post it for 30 days before
yeah,
any closing date can be.
I mean, I don't wanna, I mean, it would seem unusual if somebody objected to getting getting back on the town tax roll and the town recouping some of their money.
Thanks.
Is that it for you, Martha?
I believe so. Yeah.
Highway, amazing what 2 weeks will do. No snow. I thought the snowbank on my road that was 6.5, 7 feet high would be there till June. It's gone. It's amazing. So they're just, you know, and it seems like we got lucky. Most roads broke up fairly well on the dirt roads, so I mean a little bit here and there, but nothing compared to what we dealt with last year. But beyond that,
Now, Richford doesn't maintain the road on the other side, right? If you go the West J Road.
no.
No.
So basically, pretty much from that cemetery
Yeah.
back is J.
Oh, it's horrible.
Well,
The sound trucks, horrible.
yep. I
I
mean,
went that way almost. I thought it was like, oh my god, this is awful.
I'm a sugar maker, and I still find it challenging that there's not more we can do. It just seems unfair that, you know, a few entities can cause so many other people to struggle to get home, wear and damage on their vehicles for their profit.
Thank you.
But from what I understand, the state there's not much we can do. I mean, I think there's a rule about 60,000 pounds, but who's gonna weigh them? You know, who's gonna enforce it? I mean, a lot of these smaller trucks aren't gonna hit that mark.
Yeah.
The small melt trucks, you know, the tractor trailers, yes, probably. But again, who's gonna monitor it? Beyond that, I did, just before I came in today, I kick-started the town cleanup again. Got on them. Apparently, the ball was dropped again on their part because the guy I was dealing with is no longer working there. So, but anyway, they're coming to do take some more soil samples.
This is at the town garage.
Yeah, the town garage. The spill from late August. Now that the ground's thawed out and it's not going to impact them loading their trucks at the sand pile, I figured it was good to get it going, get it cleaned up. I don't know if the guy I was talking to knew what he was talking about, but he made it sound like it's possible that it could go to Casella. You know, I don't know. So every time I talk to, you know, so we'll know more in a couple weeks, and I guess when we get a better idea of costs, it'd be whether it's that claim that we had talked about filing with so we could, you know, use the state cleanup fund money. So I think we need to, you know, be ready to do that too.
Not everybody signed that last page.
So just that can
and
Well, you gotta sign that page.
that's all I have. So I'm the seller? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Unless you wanna buy it.
Alright, Sherry, I think it's off to you.
Pretty much they got maybe a day and a half left at the top of the post office to finish that up, and then they'll be cleaning up and getting out of there. I am working on getting some quotes on refinishing the floors up there and the woodwork. So like the windowsills, that old poly with the old dark wood stain are really raw down to wood in some of the areas, so I'd like to get those windows done too. I'll get quotes for that before we do anything. Besides that, not a lot going on. Yes.
What's your plans for kind of spring cleanup around the buildings? I mean, there's salt that's left on the the sidewalks that could be swept up, the, light posts at the post office, they're grungy, they just need some elbow grease and a bucket of soap and water.
Well, we do have a plan. Usually it's the janitor that does it, but it's a lot of work for one person to get it all done, plus all the buildings that he tries to take care of. So if Wally has an extra spare person to send over to help out, that'd be awesome.
What about with the schools? I thought the schools still had the community service. I mean, all of the things
Is that
that need
something,
to be done there are very low maintenance.
is that something you guys would reach out to, Beth or
If you give
Ryan?
us a list of what you actually want done, we can probably find some volunteers.
Well, it's like the light posts need to be cleaned, this sweeping up the sidewalk, the salt off from there. The railings, down at the base of the railings, that's starting to.
We need to
Wanna
get those
just put it in
painted.
an email and send
Yeah.
it to me and we'll see how we can divvy
Okay.
that up.
And I'll suggest, like, a lot of the stuff you bring forward is valuable, but it's a lot of it's stuff we could take care of if you just let us know. Like, if you threw an email to the town hall, and we could delegate it out that way. I mean,
Yeah, well, I've done that in the past and haven't
Well, I
gotten a
mean-
response, so I'll go back to it
it-
and do it.
and,
Yeah.
Never received an email.
well, now you have Marissa, and if you attach
Yeah.
both of them, maybe, between the two of them,
Yeah.
you'll get better results. So let's try that for a little
Especially
while.
because we only meet every couple of weeks,
Yeah,
so
we can
that
get-
way, if you notice there's a light out somewhere, you can.
Yeah, and if there's
Give 'em a quick call.
65-degree day, and we're like, oh, well, let's do it today instead of waiting a couple weeks and then sitting.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Anything else? Or just
the buildings,
No,
no.
okay.
Okay.
Water and sewer? I don't have anything else.
I got a couple things here. Kylie and I met on the computer the other day with Hoyle Tanner. We did get the contract to continue with more engineering that needs to be done to clean out the lagoons. And I just want to quickly read one sentence here that in the contract. Says the sludge study concluded that sludge has accumulated in the Richford wastewater treatment lagoons to levels that are impacting the wastewater treatment plant's performance, resulting in exceedances in the treatment plant's effluent phosphorus limit. So it's kind of, I think, what we already knew, that we're putting too much phosphorus in the river. And the only way we're gonna get it done, or get it remedied, is to clean the lagoons. And so I really would like to get this started. They had originally told us to do these additional studies was gonna be around 30,000. Well, it's 49.5. Of which, I'm going to ask the board tonight if we can spend 5,000 to get this started. The 5,000 is basically to keep this going and get the financing lined up for us. And they did say something about, I don't know if we're gonna get what we originally thought we were with the changes at the federal level. But they're going to look into the financing, and the good thing is, per the contract, nothing happens until we have the financing in a place and it's approved by the board. So if we get something that the terms are, I don't know what we do, because we really gotta get these lagoons cleaned, but we'll have to deal with it. So I guess tonight, what I would like to ask for is permission to spend $5,000 out of somewhere in the sewer. And to sign the contract.
I make a motion for that.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Did, I don't know, maybe should we get copies of this for everybody?
Yeah, we can, before you.
Yeah, did you guys wanna read this before It's pretty straightforward.
It's, yeah.
Kylie and I,
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, yeah, I'll look at it. We can do it, I mean, we can get it
I
on the way
can
out.
forward you the email
Oh, yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have to
Yeah, 'cause
print
it's
it
Yeah,
out.
quite a few
let's,
pages.
yeah, let's do that
I
then.
would still go ahead and do it.
So if I
Once we
can
done.
sign this tonight then, and if you want, or do you want Wally to sign it?
Doesn't matter. If you want
Can we
to
still
give it
get
to me,
one?
I can just give it, I can
No.
scan it back to them
No,
This is not yours?
That was mine. Well, I stole it from my front.
No, I use pencil.
Is that all you have for water and
Like I did,
sewer?
it wasn't
No,
any with it, but it's fine.
Couple other little things on water and sewer. I did talk to Jeremy the other day, regarding the, drain up at Blue Seal. It still isn't plugged. When we were having the issues last summer, both Lance and all the people at Simon's we talked to emphasized the importance of trying to do what we can to make sure this doesn't happen again, because they call it a direct discharge system, meaning our treated water goes right into the river. So we have to be really careful that there's not anything in there that's not supposed to be there. And we came close to that last summer. So I think it's really important we try to get that drain plugged. Jeremy was saying if they don't want to cement it, there's some kind of he's seen the drain, there's some kind of a plug you can get that can be installed in the drain. And then if for whatever reason they're doing cleaning or something and need to use it, they can take this plug out. But if they keep the plug in there all the time, and if there's another leak,
It can't save
it
it.
won't go into the drain. And then the other thing with that is we still haven't been reimbursed. And I guess, do we want to do any follow-up on that? We've sent letters and had no response.
I don't mind resending it.
Okay. I just, like I say, I think at least getting the plug in is really important.
Yeah, we can't
It's
have that
something
happen
I
again.
don't want to see just kind of get forgotten about.
No.
And what were our costs associated with that?
About 5,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'd have to go look, I can't really say for sure. But yeah, it was $3,000.
We've in the past have always tried to be very fair with them. You know, it's a local business and we want to
Yeah,
do what we can, but in this case, I think it's important we get that plug in.
yeah.
And then the only other little thing was, there was an issue up on Green Avenue the other day. Apparently one of the plow trucks hit a cover for one of the valves. And I don't know who, but somebody I guess they thought they could fill it in with gravel. They were pouring gravel into the hole.
Like a town employee or or a citizen?
One of the homeowners.
Oh.
I guess they didn't want their car to hit it or whatever. According to Jeremy, everything's okay. He can still get to the valve and everything. They didn't put that much gravel in, but he's was gonna have today's Monday. Today he was supposed to have the parts to replace it. It was an odd sized cover and he didn't have one on hand, so.
Oh my goodness.
But that's all I had.
Playground?
No, I'm just working on a quote. I have somebody coming out to give me a quote on the sliding gate at the playground. The first week of April.
I have asked Jason and the guys to fix the fence, from the vandalism that was done down there, so I think as soon as they get a break and start their spring cleanup, that he was gonna give that some attention. It's actually really bad.
The fence?
Yeah. They ran through it with a car on the baseball field and the Lily field.
That was last year, right?
It was last fall,
Yeah.
yes, but baseball and softball
Right.
started and it was nice last week, so both teams were outside and it just
Yeah, I saw
noticed
that.
it.
Okay.
Speaking of the parks, we did get 2 calls about 2 vehicles, that were down there. They've been removed. And this doesn't have anything to do with parks, but I forgot to mention it in my update. There's an ongoing issue on Intervale Ave with cars parked on sidewalks. State police reached out, and they made us aware that they are on it, because it is in our parking ordinance that you're not allowed to park on sidewalks, so they're gonna start having the cars towed from an outside source. So they are on it, and they are aware of it. I know there's been quite a few concerns with people not being able to walk on the sidewalk or whatnot, so, but the state police are aware, and they are working on resolving that issue there, so.
Also, along with the parks, a lot of the banks along the main street here were tore up awful this winter with the plows, the sod has been ripped up, and is your new mower gonna take care of that? Or
It
does
should.
the town workers need to take care of that?
Isn't it springtime maintenance cleanup as part of the contract, I believe?
Cause
So
there's
he's
a lot
probably
of
waiting till
the sod
everything
really got
thaws.
dug up this winter.
Yeah, he's probably waiting till everything really thaws, not
So,
17 below yet.
We'll have to
17
invite him
days.
to the next select board meeting, the 1st of April, to sign the contract. for
Yes.
Yeah.
that. So he can get started
Yeah, make
on
sure
that
you
work.
do that, please. Other business?
We do have, are you here regarding the planning commission, right?
Yes,
Yes.
you're looking for seats.
Yes, we were looking to fill some seats, and this gentleman came in today and said that he was interested in possibly.
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
Well, you wanna, and you are, sir?
Mark Jaffe.
Okay.
And I saw the ad posted at the Main Street Market. I live here. I hold a master's degree in urban planning from the University of Michigan. I worked for about 20 years in various local and regional governments as an administrator and planner. And then I taught at Northeastern University and Bridgewater State University for 14 years in related types of disciplines, urban environmental planning. And I'm here because my family's here, and I'm helping my daughter out, looking after her kids while she works online. So that's what brought me to Richford.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
Love to have you.
Yeah.
So we need to just make an appointment, make a motion to appoint him,
Yes.
If
if everybody's in agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to appoint Mark Jaffe.
Jaffe.
I'll
Jaffe.
second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And the next planning meeting is.
they're actually having one on March 31st. It's going to be a special meeting because they did lose some members. If you want to just leave me with your contact information,
Okay.
email, phone number, we can put you on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So you receive those emails.
And how does that?
Well, I don't do email anymore.
Okay,
So it'll have to be by phone.
that's okay.
And when? How does that align with our meeting? Is it the same time?
They're just gonna they'll meet down here.
Well, I'm just saying. We remember we had said we would like to attend one soon.
So it's we can reach out to them too. So and maybe they could just change the date.
No,
Because
it's
I know
fine. I mean,
they needed to meet. Emily Clough needed from NRPC. She needed to meet with them regarding the town plan, because that's coming up at the end of the year. It needs to be renewed.
Okay. I think, like we said, maybe Alan and I will go to the one of these coming up very soon to have a conversation with the planning commission members.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did follow up with the sheriff, the Orleans County Sheriff, deputy, lieutenant, and he's been the person I spoke with has been on vacation for the last week or so, or a little more, but I did speak with the sheriff, and she's aware of the conversation, and he is due to call back. He's back from vacation later in the week, so hopefully I'll have more insight into where that may lead, for the next meeting. And the other thing, trash day is, your normal trash day is
yes.
coming up,
I've
usually
had-
in May.
I've had a few
Actually-
people inquire about that, yeah.
And I'm mailing out,
Trash bills.
doing the billing, yes.
Soon?
So, yes, I'm printing them this week to be mailed out by, next week.
So do you wanna meet with John as to what days might work best for him, and to just pick a day? I have no sports anymore, so I'm,
Do a Saturday.
except the 17th, probably, the 17th of May, that Saturday, I couldn't do. But other than that, I think if you pick it, we'll just, is the board fine with just picking a day and doing it? And continuing to fund that project? I think we put it in the budget, right? Well, the budget we don't have
Once we
yet.
get a budget.
Yes, yeah. Hopefully by then we'll have them.
Pending budget approval.
Okay, well, yeah, so just work with John.
Okay, I'll contact him and see what works best for him. Cause usually springtime is when we fill up the most.
Yep.
I think last year we filled 4
Yeah.
dumpsters.
And we'll do it like we did in the fall at the town garage.
Yes.
'Cause
Yep, it'll be
that way we don't-
located at the town garage.
we don't have to, we can control it better.
Yes.
Alrighty, any other business back here? Oh, sorry.
Tagging on to your cleanup and stuff. Wally, you talked about getting a crew and stuff and addressing with spring cleanup on the town land that's by the river off of Willow Street, because there's a lot of tires and stuff. Is that gonna tag in with this, or is that gonna be a different day that you would do that?
Off Willow Street.
Down at the bottom of Willow.
What is it,
Down by the river and where the,
Oh, okay.
around the,
Old
I
Pop
thought that
Mill.
they did get some of that stuff.
Last year there was some, but I think the one that I would really like the town to dive into, and I'll talk to the guys, is there was a ton over the bank by the Troy Street Cemetery, there. So I will look into it and have Jason and the crew just go through there.
cause we do have green up day too.
Well, I
Beginning
mean,
of
tires,
May
we
for-
do have
No,
that.
I do feel like they retrieved the tires like
La-
down that.
last
bottom
year?
of Willow Street, like one of the trash days, yeah.
Yeah.
but there was some clear back in as you walked in to where that, what was it, the boiler room or something that's just got,
Some cement walls.
the cement
Oh,
walls
the
and
old
stuff.
pulp
That area is pretty well trashed, but you don't
That
see
mean
it until you get back in there.
Okay, I mean, I can have them go look, I've never been down in there,
So,
It's actually really nice. It'd be nice to have some type of nature walk all the way down through
Yeah.
there. That would be a wonderful place for that. We had talked about it, 3-4 years ago. You go down through, all the way down to the old hockey stick factory. There's a nice area all the way down where people were camping down there and
Yes,
on the side of the
yeah.
river. But there's some beautiful views all the way down through. That would be a perfect place for a nice nature walk all the way down through.
Yeah. but, the first step is we gotta get it
We
cleaned
gotta
up.
get cleaned up first.
Yeah.
I think we got everybody out of there.
Yeah.
Now we just gotta get
We
cleaned
now,
up.
we're coming to the season where we're gonna have to monitor.
Yep.
And then I just wanted to touch on the parking ordinance. I know we have the sign there, can we just remove that it started December 1st, cause that's supposed to be year round, correct? The way the new
The
parking.
winter parking ban,
Well, we don't, I didn't think we really had a winter parking ban anymore.
so it's all,
did
yeah,
we?
we can take it
It was
off.
a year round one.
Oh, good. We should probably put up the handicap sign over to the bank too.
Yes, now that the snow's gone, and then we'll work on
Willow
getting the
and
signs
Troy
up
Street Cemetery.
on River Street for no parking as well.
Anything
Now
else,
that-
Rowena?
Hopefully, we shouldn't jinx ourselves.
John, do you have anything?
No,
We have Robert on?
Nope.
Okay. I guess I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Well, could
Oh.
we do an executive
Yep, we
session?
did have
okay.
an executive on there.
Okay, alrighty.
For
Do we anticipate any,
personnel, correct, right?
do we anticipate anything coming out of it?
No.
Okay, so you're all set?